Hey friends, this is Pastor D, Pastor Daryl Jones of the Word, God's Word in Action Ministries International, and I've got something exciting, something encouraging for you, and yes, even you. I've got my friends here today with me, Brother Brian and Sister Kaitha Johnson, and God has done something amazing in their lives. And I just want them to share with you so that you'll be encouraged and you'll know that no matter where you are on life's journey, that if you would get connected with the right source, that your life is going to change forever. You know what, Brother Brian, why don't you share a little bit about what God's done in your life?
Well, I just like to just give honor and thanks to God and actually the teaching that, GWI has, brought me under. And, what God has shown me here lately is that I can't do this by myself, and I can't, get through the things that I need to overcome in my life that may be bothering me or hindering my growth alone, even though I'm praying about it and I'm reading. God calls us to do it, together and to share in that. Mm-hmm. And so, with that just, has been revealed to me that, we need to share in each other so we can help build each other up in the kingdom and grow and go forth in the kingdom to, bring other people to the kingdom. And so, I thank you guys for that, and that just helps me with my marriage and just helps me, man, as a kingdom man to recognize and identify that.
Well, that's really important, especially for men to really understand that as we just humble ourselves, and I know we go through things, it's important that we connect with other people, because the reality of it is when men are isolated, we get picked off. But when we insulate, become a part of a community and a gathering of kingdom people, then we can stand. But you know what? Sister Kai, why don't you share a little bit about what's going on in your marriage and how God's improved your lifestyle to this point and what the road and journey that He has you on. Share a little bit about it.
Well, being a mother and being a wife can have each its own sets of strains. Mm-hmm. And you can get sometimes so enwrapped in what the kids are doing and what the husband is doing, and if you work and taking care of this, that, or the other, and you can get very discouraged. It can be a very heavy burden. And what God's Word in Action has shown me is to constantly keep my eyes on Jesus.
Wow.
Just when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling depressed, to not think about the issues, and that was a very difficult thing for me to do.
Wow.
For 5-6 years, I've just always thought about the negative, and one of the first times, even this past week, I had a very negative situation, and instead of mulling over it and running it through my head, my thoughts went immediately to God's Word, that I can do all things through Christ, and that my focus went on, what Christ did for me on the cross, and that what this walk really is about, so that my thoughts were about love, and my thoughts were about loving others, and that if I focus on the love of Christ that I have received and the love of Christ that I'm giving to others, then I won't have time to focus on the pain, and I won't have time to focus on the hurt. And within 10 or 15 minutes, I was praising God through song and moved on with what I needed to carry on. Wow. And so that's very powerful, because as mom, as wife, we get forgotten, we can get insulted or hurt by some of the simplest things. But if we keep our focus on Christ, and we keep our focus on just the love of Christ, then everything else will be okay. We'll focus on what we should.
You know what? That's real. That's what's real. And you know what, great people? I want to share with you, and yes, you too, that you can change your life forever. Why don't you right now go to the web at www.godswordinaction.org and get connected. It's time for you to be insulated and no longer isolated. It's time to change your life forever, starting right now. I look forward to hearing from you, and may God bless you and keep you until we get together again. Be blessed.
Amen.